the girl quietly poured out the brown sugar water that was meant for her to drink. Then she poured the beauty-preserving tea, which her stepmother drank every night without fail, into the cup. Unexpectedly, the next day, her stepmother, who was 8 months pregnant, suddenly felt a stomachache. Moreover, she started bleeding continuously from her lower body. The girl quickly reminded her family members. She said that since the stepmother had lost a lot of blood, amoxicillin could be used to prevent infection. Upon hearing this, the grandmother immediately took out aspirin and gave it to the stepmother to take. Little did they know that although the two medicines had similar-sounding names, their effects were completely different. As expected, not long after the stepmother took the medicine, her condition became even more serious. There were even signs that she might have a miscarriage. The whole family was so anxious that they were running around in circles, yet they had no idea that all of this was the girl's revenge on them. It turned out that the girl had been reborn. In her previous life, on the day of the college entrance examination, the girl got her period. She drank brown sugar water that her stepsister had added safflower to. This caused her to bleed non-stop in the examination room and faint on the spot. However, her father listened to the stepmother's false accusations. He believed that the girl had been fooling around outside and contracted a dirty disease. He firmly refused to get her treated. The girl begged her father to buy some amoxicillin for her to reduce inflammation, but the grandmother stuffed an aspirin tablet into her hand instead. This led to the girl bleeding even more severely, and she eventually died. But unexpectedly, in the next second, the girl was reborn and returned to the day before the college entrance examination. At that time, her father was scolding her and telling her to wash the stepmother's feet. Thinking about how she had endured everything in her previous life only to end up with a tragic fate, the girl decided that she would no longer submit in this life. So she retorted to her father, saying that she would take the college entrance examination the next day. It still needed to study. However, under the stepmother's bewitchment, the father thought the girl was a bad student. He mocked her, saying that she could only get into an ordinary technical school. The girl took the opportunity to make a bet with her father. She said that if she got admitted to a famous university, her father would transfer the ownership of the house left by her late mother to her name. Unexpectedly, the father, in a moment of impulse, agreed to the bet. But the stepmother and stepsister knew that the girl was good at studying. In order to prevent her from getting the house, the two of them discussed that night to add blood-activating safflower to the girl's brown sugar water. This way, the girl would bleed non-stop. Little did they note that the girl had already noticed their plot in advance. She had quietly poured out the brown sugar water and added the beauty-preserving tea that the stepmother usually drank into the cup. The ignorant stepsister could not tell the difference between the two drinks, which had similar colors. She actually added safflower to the beauty-preserving tea. This caused the stepmother to start bleeding from her lower body after drinking it. Under the girl's deliberate guidance, the grandmother also gave the stepmother an aspirin tablet to take. As a result, the stepmother's condition became even more serious. At this moment, the doctor arrived. The doctor asked if the pregnant woman had eaten anything that could activate blood circulation. The stepmother said that she had only drunk the harmless beauty-preserving tea. But at this time, the girl told everyone, saying that she had seen her stepsister add something to the beauty-preserving tea the night before.